Lesson 1, Nature's Wonders.
Yo, Anna, have you been getting outdoors much lately?
You know it. I've been loving all the time I've been spending in nature.
That's awesome. What sort of outdoor activities have you been up to?
Oh, a bit of everything: hiking, birdwatching, even some gardening.
Gardening, huh? That must be really rewarding.
It is. There's something so grounding about getting your hands in the soil.
I can imagine. And what about the hiking and birdwatching?
Those have been wonderful too. It's so peaceful and rejuvenating.
I'll bet. Being immersed in nature must really feed your soul.
Absolutely. It reminds me of how Darwin was so fascinated by the natural world.
Oh, yeah, I remember learning about that. Wasn't he captivated by it all during his university days?
Exactly. He was constantly exploring and observing the wonders of nature.
That's so cool. I can see why it would be endlessly intriguing.
Definitely. There's just so much to discover and appreciate out there.
I really need to get back into spending more time outdoors. It sounds so fulfilling.
Lesson 2, Antique Treasures.
Yo, Anna, have you been doing any antique hunting lately?
You know it. I've been scouring flea markets and estate sales.
That's so cool. What kind of treasures have you been finding?
All sorts of amazing things: vintage furniture, old photographs, even some cool old books.
Books, huh? That must be fascinating to discover.
Definitely. It's like owning a piece of the past and connecting with it.
I can imagine. The history behind these antique items must be so intriguing.
Absolutely. Each item has a story to tell, if only the walls could talk.
That's a really neat way to think about it. Like you're uncovering hidden stories.
Exactly. It's like being an archaeologist, but for everyday objects.
That's a great analogy. I bet it makes the hunt even more exciting.
Definitely. The thrill of the search and the joy of the discovery, it's addictive.
I can see why. It must be so rewarding to find these unique pieces.
It really is. And the best part is, no two antique items are exactly alike.
That's the beauty of it. Each one is a one-of-a-kind treasure.
Lesson 3, Culinary Quips.
Hey Anna, have you heard any good cooking quotes lately?
You know it. I've been collecting some real gems.
Ooh, do tell. I'm always on the lookout for fun culinary wisdom.
The secret ingredient is always love. That's one of my favorites.
I love that. It's so true, cooking with passion really makes a difference.
Absolutely. Here's another one: cooking is like love, it should be entered into with abandon.
Ah, I like that. Cooking without hesitation, that's the way to do it.
Exactly. And here's one more: the only time to eat diet food is while you're waiting for the steak to cook.
Now that's a quote I can get behind. No skimping when it comes to good food.
Right? Life's too short for bland, boring meals.
Amen to that. So, where can I find more of these fun cooking quotes?
There are tons of them online: Pinterest, cooking blogs, even just searching cooking quotes.
Perfect, I'm definitely going to have to do some digging. Gotta expand my culinary wisdom.
For sure. Cooking inspiration can come from the strangest places.
I'll drink to that, or I guess I'll cook to that. Can't wait to start collecting my own stash of awesome quotes.
Lesson 4: Networking connections.
Hey Anna, did you manage to collect a lot of business cards at the conference?
You bet. I made so many great connections, my wallet is practically bursting.
Nice, nice. Networking is the name of the game at those events, isn't it?
Absolutely. I always try to come away with at least a few promising leads.
Totally. What kind of people did you end up talking to?
Well, there were a few potential partners I'm really excited about. And I met this awesome graphic designer who might be able to help with my website.
Oh, that's awesome. Gotta love when those chance meetings turn into real opportunities.
Definitely. I even exchanged cards with a few competitors. Always good to stay on each other's radar, you know?
Smart move. Friendly competition can be really valuable.
Exactly. Plus, you never know when a collaboration might come up down the line.
Very true. Did you happen to get any good advice or insights from the people you talked to?
Oh yeah, tons. I'm still processing it all, but there were a lot of nuggets of wisdom.
That's the best part. Conferences are like a goldmine for new ideas and perspectives.
Totally. I jotted down a bunch of notes to review later. Can't wait to put some of that knowledge to use.
Nice, nice. Well, hey, if any of those new connections turn into something big, you'll have to let me know.
Lesson 5: The Comfort Conundrum.
Yo, Anna, have you ever tried using a weighted blanket before?
A weighted blanket? No, I can't say that I have. What's that all about?
Oh man, they're amazing. It's like a big heavy blanket that's supposed to help you relax and sleep better.
Huh, interesting. I've heard of those, but never actually used one. How does it work?
The weight is supposedly calming and helps reduce anxiety. Apparently, it stimulates deep pressure touch receptors.
Ooh, that does sound pretty nice. I've been having some trouble sleeping lately, maybe I should give it a try.
For real, it's a game changer. I got one a few months ago and it's been a total lifesaver.
Nice, nice. Where did you even find one? I don't think I've seen them in regular stores.
You can find them online, lots of different brands and weights to choose from.
Good to know. I'll have to look into that. What weight did you go with?
I got the 15-pound one. Took a little getting used to at first, but now I love it.
15 pounds, huh? That sounds pretty heavy. Do you ever feel like you're being weighed down?
Nah, not at all. It's actually super comfy. Kinda feels like you're being gently hugged all night.
Haha, okay, that does sound pretty nice. Maybe I'll try the 10-pound one to start.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Gotta ease into the weighted blanket life, you know?
Lesson 6, Dining Delights.
Yo, Anna, you wanna grab dinner tonight?
Dinner sounds good. Do you have a specific restaurant in mind?
Actually, I was thinking we could try that new place that just opened up downtown.
Ooh, the one that's been getting rave reviews? I've been wanting to check that out.
Yeah, exactly. I heard the food is amazing and the atmosphere is super cool.
Sweet, let's do it. What time works best for you? I'm free after 7 p.m.
How about 8 o'clock? That should give us plenty of time to enjoy the meal.
8 o'clock works perfect. I'm really looking forward to trying out this new place.
Same here, it's going to be great. Shall we go casual or dress it up a bit?
I'd say casual is the way to go. Keep it chill and comfortable, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Don't want to be too stuffy for a new restaurant, right?
Exactly. Casual it is then. I can't wait to see what kind of cuisine they have.
Me neither. I heard it's like a fusion of different styles, should be interesting.
Ooh, fusion food is my favorite. This is gonna be right up my alley.
Awesome, I'm glad you're excited about it. This is gonna be a fun night out for sure.
Lesson 7, Nature Calling.
Hey Anna, have you been to any good national parks lately?
You know, I've been meaning to explore some new parks. Is there anything worth checking out around here?
Actually, there is. There's one called Green Valley that I've heard great things about.
Green Valley? I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it like?
From what I know, it's got some really scenic hiking trails and beautiful natural landscapes.
Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. I love getting out in nature.
Same here. The trails are supposed to be perfect for both casual strolls and more challenging hikes.
Perfect, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Is it easy to get to from the city?
Yeah, it's only about a 45-minute drive, so it's super accessible.
Awesome, that makes it an ideal day trip. When would you be free to check it out?
How about this weekend? The weather's supposed to be gorgeous.
Sounds good to me. I'm free both Saturday and Sunday, so we can be flexible.
Great, let's shoot for Saturday then. I can't wait to explore the trails with you.
Me neither, it's going to be so much fun. I'll bring some snacks for the hike.
Perfect, I'll pack us a little picnic. This is gonna be an awesome adventure.
Lesson 8, Negotiating Contracts.
Morning, Anna. Have you looked over that contract from the new client?
I have, and I think we should request an annual price revision clause, based on inflation.
Good thinking. That'll help protect us against rising costs over the long term.
Exactly. I'm guessing they'll want to keep prices fixed, but we should push for that.
For sure. Inflation can really eat into our margins if we don't account for it.
Absolutely. What do you think would be a fair percentage increase each year?
I'd say something like 3 to 5% would be reasonable to cover typical inflation.
That sounds about right. Not too high to scare them off, but enough to keep us profitable.
Agreed. We should also try to get them to agree to review it at the start of each year.
Good call. That way we can make sure it stays in line with the actual inflation rate.
Yep, flexibility is key. Locking in a fixed increase could end up hurting us down the line.
Definitely. I'll make sure to include that in the revisions we send over.
Perfect. Anything else you think we should request in the contract?
Maybe a clause about renegotiating if inflation spikes unexpectedly?
Ooh, good idea. That could give us an out if things get really crazy economically.
Lesson 9, Exploring the Sinking Dead Sea.
Hey Anna, did you see the latest news about the Dead Sea?
No, what's happening with it? I thought that body of water was pretty stable.
Apparently, it's continuing to sink at an alarming rate over 1 meter per year.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was dropping that quickly. What's causing it?
Well, the main culprit seems to be the diversion of water from the Jordan River.
I see, so less water flowing in is making the Dead Sea literally shrink.
Exactly. And predictions show it could descend another 400 meters before stabilizing.
400 meters? That's insane, it'll be like a massive sinkhole at that point.
No kidding. It's already the lowest point on Earth, this will make it even more extreme.
Unbelievable. I wonder what the environmental impact will be as it keeps sinking.
Yeah, that's a big concern. The shoreline is already receding rapidly.
Right, and that's disrupting the delicate ecosystem around the Dead Sea.
Definitely. Plus, all the sinkholes forming along the shore are really dangerous.
Absolutely. This is a crisis that needs urgent attention from environmental agencies.
For sure. It's a shame to see such a unique natural wonder disappearing like this.
Lesson 10: Debating the merits of jury trials.
Hey Anna, can I get your take on something? What do you think about jury trials versus bench trials?
That's an interesting legal topic. I generally prefer jury trials, I think having a group of peers decide a case is more fair.
Yeah, I can see the appeal of that. A judge is less likely to be swayed by emotions or biases, don't you think?
That's true, but I worry a judge might be too detached from the human element of a case.
Good point. Juries can bring more empathy and community values into the process.
Exactly. And there's something to be said for the collective wisdom of a jury, rather than a single judge.
Definitely. Though I guess jury trials can also be more unpredictable and prone to inconsistency.
That's a fair criticism. Judges are more experienced and may apply the law more consistently.
And jury selection can be tricky, you never know what biases the jurors might have.
True. But at least with a jury, the burden of the decision isn't all on one person's shoulders.
Good point. Sharing that responsibility among 12 people does seem fairer in a way.
Absolutely. And jury trials give the public a more direct voice in the judicial process.
You make a strong case. I can see the merits of both approaches, it's a tough call.
Indeed. It's a complex issue without a clear-cut right answer. I'm curious to hear your view.
Well, I'm somewhat torn. I can see the logic behind both jury and bench trials.
Lesson 11: Exploring the local dining scene.
Morning, Anna. Have you checked out any of the new restaurants that opened up around here lately?
I haven't had a chance to try any of them yet. Do you have any recommendations?
Well, I heard the new Italian place down the street is really good. Apparently, they make a killer pasta carbonara.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I'm always in the mood for some authentic Italian cuisine.
Same here. What about that new fusion restaurant a few blocks over? I'm curious to see what kind of fusion dishes they have.
Fusion, huh? That could be really interesting. I'm a big fan of trying new and unique food combinations.
Definitely. I'm especially intrigued by their rumored fusion of Thai and Mexican flavors.
Thai and Mexican? That's an unexpected pairing, but I bet it works surprisingly well.
Right? I'm eager to see how they pull that off. Have you noticed any other new spots popping up?
Now that you mention it, I did hear there's a new sushi place that just opened up near the park.
Sushi, huh? That could be a nice change of pace from all the heavier comfort food.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just crave that clean, refreshing taste of high quality sushi.
For sure. And the park setting would be a great atmosphere for enjoying some sushi.
Definitely. I'm adding that to my list of places to try soon. What about you? Any other eateries on your radar?
Let me think. Oh, I heard there's a new gastropub that's gotten some good buzz.
Lesson 12, Classroom Adventures.
Alright, Anna, ready for another day at school?
You bet. I'm really looking forward to our history lesson this afternoon.
Me too. I always find that period so engaging. What do you think we'll be covering today?
Good question. Maybe we'll dive into a new chapter on ancient civilizations.
Ooh, that would be fascinating. I'm particularly interested in learning more about the Mesopotamian empires.
Same here. And after history, we've got science class, right?
Absolutely. I wonder what exciting experiment our teacher has in store for us this time.
Knowing our science teacher, it'll probably involve some sort of explosive reaction. Those are always the most fun.
You're probably right. Though I do hope we don't accidentally set off the fire alarm again.
Oh, goodness, let's try to avoid that this time. I don't think my ears have fully recovered from the last one.
Yeah, that was quite the ringing sound. But you know what I'm really looking forward to?
What's that?
Recess. I can't wait to get out there and play some ball with the guys.
Ooh, yes. I'm definitely going to join in this time. It's been too long since I've had a good game of Foursquare.
Foursquare, huh? You're on. I'll have to bring my A game to the court.
Lesson 13, Budgeting Woes.
Hey Anna, did you hear about the new price increase for that event we wanted to go to?
No, what's the news? I thought it was supposed to be $20 per ticket.
Yeah, well, I just checked, and it's gone up to $25 now. That's a bit higher than I was expecting.
Whoa, really? $25 per ticket? That's quite a jump in price.
Tell me about it. I'm not sure I budgeted enough for that. Do you think we should still go?
Let me take a look at my finances. I was hoping to keep it around $20 per person as well.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to blow too much of my entertainment budget on just one event, you know?
Absolutely. Maybe we could see if there are any discounts or deals we could take advantage of.
Good idea. I'll check the event website again to see if there are any student or early bird pricing options.
Wonderful. And if we can't find a way to save a bit, we may just have to sit this one out, as much as I'd love to go.
Yeah, I hear you. As much as I was looking forward to it, $25 is a bit steep for my wallet right now.
No kidding. Maybe we can find something else to do that's a little more budget friendly.
Definitely. I'm open to suggestions if you have any ideas for a fun, affordable outing.
Well, I'll give it some thought and get back to you. We'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Sounds good. Thanks for understanding, Anna. I appreciate you working with me on this.
Lesson 14, Produce Hunt.
Morning, Anna. Do you know where the produce section is in this store?
Hey John, I think it's just over here. Follow me, I saw it when we came in.
Great, thanks. I need to pick up some fresh fruits and veggies for my salads this week.
Same here. I'm hoping to find some good deals on avocados and leafy greens.
Avocados would be perfect. I've been craving a nice big salad with lots of toppings.
Me too. I wonder if they have any ripe, affordable avocados in stock.
Let's take a look. Looks around, there's the produce section, just like you said.
Wonderful, let's see what they have. Starts browsing the shelves.
Ooh, these tomatoes look really nice and juicy. Think I'll grab a few of those.
Excellent choice. And hey, look at these bell peppers, they're on sale.
Nice, I'll grab a couple of those too. What else should we add to the cart?
How about some leafy greens? I see they have fresh spinach and kale over here.
Perfect, those would be great for our salads. Let's load up on those as well.
Sounds like a plan. This is shaping up to be a really healthy grocery haul.
Definitely. I'm excited to get home and start prepping all these fresh ingredients.
Lesson 15, Workout Preferences.
Hey Anna, do you have a minute to chat about our workout routines?
Morning, John. Sure, I'm happy to discuss. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been thinking about switching up my cardio routine. I'm getting a bit bored with just running on the treadmill.
I can understand that. Doing the same thing day in and day out can get monotonous. What were you considering instead?
I was thinking of trying out cycling on a stationary bike. I've heard it's a great low impact workout and works different muscle groups.
That's a great idea. Cycling is an excellent way to change things up and challenge your body in new ways.
Exactly. Plus, I find it's easier on my knees compared to running, which has been bothering me a bit lately.
Absolutely, the reduced impact of cycling can be really beneficial, especially as we get a bit older.
Definitely. Have you tried cycling before? What did you think of it?
Yes, I actually prefer cycling to running most of the time. I find it's a nice way to get my heart rate up without as much strain on my joints.
Good to know. I think I'm going to give it a try then. Maybe we can even do some sessions together at the gym.
I'd love that. We can motivate each other and mix it up between cycling and our other workouts.
Sounds like a plan. I'll look into getting a bike membership at the gym and we can coordinate a time that works.
Excellent, I'm excited to switch up our routine. Variety is the spice of life when it comes to fitness.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for the chat, Anna. I'm feeling inspired to try something new.
Lesson 16, the problem with offensive jokes.
Hey Anna, can I ask your opinion on something?
Absolutely, what's up?
Well, I was talking to some friends the other day, and one of them told a racist joke. It made me really uncomfortable.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Racist jokes are never appropriate, no matter who the audience is.
I know, right? I tried to politely tell him that I didn't think it was funny, but he just laughed it off.
Some people can be really insensitive when it comes to that kind of thing. Jokes that target race, gender, or other identities are hurtful, even if the teller doesn't mean any harm.
Exactly. And it's not just racist jokes, I've noticed a lot of my friends telling jokes that use bad language or make fun of vulnerable groups.
I completely understand your concern. Using slurs or mocking people's identities is never okay, even if it's just a joke.
Thank you. I'm glad you feel the same way. It's been bothering me, but I wasn't sure if I was overreacting.
Not at all, you're absolutely right to be bothered by it. We should all be more mindful of the impact our words can have, even in jest.
Definitely. I'm going to try to have an open conversation with my friends about it. Hopefully, they'll understand where I'm coming from.
That's a great approach. Approaching it with empathy and explaining why those kinds of jokes are harmful is usually more effective than just telling them to stop.
Agreed. I'd rather have a thoughtful discussion than just shut it down. Hopefully, we can all learn to be more considerate.
I'm sure if you approach it the right way, they'll be receptive. It's important to have these dialogues to promote more inclusive humor.
Absolutely. Thanks for the advice, Anna. I feel better about addressing this with my friends now.
Lesson 17: The benefits of post-workout recovery.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to ask your advice on something.
Sure, what's up?
Well, I've been trying to work out more consistently, but I've been really sore after my workouts.
I see. What kind of recovery routine have you been doing after your workouts?
To be honest, I haven't been doing much. I just kind of collapse on the couch when I'm done.
That might be why you're feeling so sore. It's important to do some post-workout recovery.
Really? What kind of things should I be doing?
Well, stretching and foam rolling can help a lot with muscle soreness. And getting a massage can be great too.
I've heard of foam rolling, but I'm not sure how to do it properly.
It's actually pretty simple. You just use a foam roller to apply pressure and roll out your muscles.
Okay, that doesn't sound too hard. And a massage sounds amazing, but I'm on a bit of a budget.
That's understandable. Even just some light stretching can make a big difference. And there are plenty of great YouTube tutorials on foam rolling.
Awesome, I'll have to give that a try. Thanks for the advice, Anna. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Let me know if the recovery techniques help with your soreness. I'm happy to provide any other tips.
Will do. I'm excited to try this out and see if it helps me feel better after my workouts.
Lesson 18: Finding the perfect price.
Say, Anna, I wanted to ask you about something.
Sure, what is it?
I've been looking to buy a new laptop, but I'm not sure how to figure out a fair price.
I see. That can definitely be tricky. What's your budget for the laptop?
Well, I was hoping to keep it under $800 if possible. Do you think that's a reasonable target?
$800 sounds like a good budget for a decent quality laptop these days. Let me ask, what kind of features are you looking for?
I'd like something with a good processor, at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a decent sized SSD for storage.
Okay, that gives me a better idea of what to look for. Have you been checking any specific retailers or websites?
I've been looking around online, but the prices seem to vary quite a bit.
That's understandable. Prices can really fluctuate, especially with laptops. Do you mind me asking how much you found one for?
Well, I saw one I liked for around $850, but I'm not sure if that's a fair deal or not.
$850 for those specs sounds about right, maybe even a little on the lower end. I'd recommend comparing prices at a few different reputable retailers to get a better sense of the market rate.
Got it, that's really helpful advice. I'll do some more comparison shopping before making a decision.
Definitely. And don't be afraid to negotiate a bit, especially if you find the same model for less elsewhere.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I'll have to try that out. Thanks so much for the tips, Anna.
Lesson 19: Outdoor Adventures with Anna and John.
Hey Anna, have you ever been hiking before?
You know, I actually love hiking. It's one of my favorite outdoor activities.
Really? I've been wanting to try it out, but I'm not sure where to start. Do you have any recommendations?
Absolutely. There are so many great hiking trails around here. Have you ever been to that nature preserve just outside the city?
No, I haven't. What's it like there?
It's gorgeous. There are a few different hiking loops of varying difficulty levels. The views from the top of the main trail are breathtaking.
That sounds amazing. I'd love to check it out. When are you free to go on a hike together?
How about this weekend? We could pack a picnic lunch and make a day of it.
Sounds perfect. I'm definitely in. Should I bring anything specific?
Just some comfortable shoes, water, and maybe a light jacket in case it gets chilly. Oh, and don't forget your camera. The scenery is too beautiful not to capture.
Got it. I'll make sure I'm all set. I can't wait to experience my first real hike with you as my guide.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Hiking is such a great way to get some exercise and appreciate nature.
Absolutely. Plus, it'll be nice to spend the day outdoors with you. Thanks for inviting me along.
Of course. I'm happy to share one of my favorite activities. This is going to be a blast.
Awesome. I'll see you this weekend then.
Lesson 20: Wanderlust with Anna and John.
Morning, Anna. I heard you just got back from a trip. Where did you go?
Ah, yes. I just spent a week exploring a new city. It was incredible.
Oh, really? Which city did you visit?
I went to Paris. It's been on my bucket list for years, and I finally made it happen.
Paris, huh? That must have been amazing. What was your favorite part?
That's a tough one. I loved strolling along the Seine, taking in all the beautiful architecture. And the food, of course, it was absolutely divine.
I can only imagine. Paris is such a romantic, cultural city. Did you do any sightseeing?
Absolutely. I made sure to hit all the iconic spots: the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Notre Dame Cathedral. It was a whirlwind trip, but so worth it.
Sounds like the perfect vacation. I've always wanted to visit Paris. Maybe we could plan a trip there together sometime.
You should definitely go. I'd be happy to show you around and share all my favorite spots. It's such a magical city.
That would be amazing. I'll have to start saving up. How was the overall experience for you?
It was incredible. The perfect mix of history, art, and cuisine. I came back feeling so inspired and relaxed.
That's awesome. I'm glad you had such a wonderful time. Travel is so good for the soul, don't you think?
Absolutely. It really broadens your perspective and opens your eyes to new cultures. I can't wait for my next adventure.
Me too. Where do you think you'll go next?
Lesson 21: Cruise Control with Anna and John.
Yo, Anna. I heard you just got back from a cruise. How was it?
It was amazing. I had such a wonderful time. The cruise was so relaxing and exciting at the same time.
A cruise, huh? That sounds like a dream vacation. Where did you sail to?
We visited a few different ports in the Caribbean. It was like a tropical adventure.
The Caribbean, eh? That must have been incredible. What were some of your favorite stops?
Ooh, it's hard to choose. I loved exploring the colorful streets of Cozumel. And the beaches in Aruba were absolutely stunning.
Wow, Cozumel and Aruba, that's quite the itinerary. Did you get to do any fun shore excursions?
Definitely. In Cozumel, we went snorkeling and saw the most incredible sea life. And in Aruba, we took an island tour and saw all the famous landmarks.
That sounds like a blast. I've never been on a cruise before, but it's definitely on my bucket list.
You should totally do it. The combination of relaxing on the ship and exploring new places is just unbeatable.
I can imagine. And the food on a cruise must be out of this world, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. The dining options were incredible. I tried so many new dishes and cuisines.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. What was your favorite meal?
Ooh, that's a tough one. The sushi at the specialty restaurant was out of this world. But the formal dinners in the main dining room were also incredible.
Sushi and fancy dinners sounds like a dream come true. I definitely need to book a cruise soon.
Lesson 22: Payment Plan Negotiation.
Hey Anna, I need to discuss the payment terms for that big project we're working on. What do you think?
Morning, John. I was just reviewing the contract and the payment terms do seem a bit unfavorable. What were you hoping for?
Well, I was hoping for a more flexible payment schedule, maybe with fewer upfront costs and smaller installments over time.
That's a reasonable request. Let's see if we can negotiate something better with the client. What did you have in mind?
I was thinking maybe we could do 30% upfront, then 3 equal monthly payments for the rest. What do you think the client would go for?
That sounds like a good compromise. The 30% upfront covers their initial costs, and the 3 monthly payments make it more manageable for us.
Exactly. And I'm confident we can deliver excellent work, so the client should be willing to work with us on this.
Good point. Our track record and quality of service should give them confidence to agree to more favorable terms.
Absolutely. Shall we draft up a proposal and send it over to the client? I'd like to get this resolved as soon as possible.
Yes, let's do that. I'll put together the details and send it over today. Hopefully, they'll be receptive to our suggestions.
Perfect. I appreciate you taking the time to review this with me. It's helpful to get your input.
Of course, happy to help work through this. I'm confident we can find a solution that works for both of us.
Great, let me know how it goes with the client. I'm looking forward to hearing back from them.